The story of Margaret Peggy York's groundbreaking career with the Los Angeles Police Department reads like the script for a TV show. In fact, it was the basis for the hit 1980s show Cagney and Lacey, which depicted one of York's many firsts as half of a female homicide investigative team. That was long before she blazed a trail for other women on the force, rising to become the first deputy chief in LAPD history. York, who spent 35 years advancing through the department, died October 17 at the age of 80 after a series of illnesses, her husband, retired Judge Lancito, said. The LAPD hailed her contributions. She joined policing at a time when policewomen were faced with seemingly insurmountable obstacles, Chief Michel Moore said. Her tenacity and spirit continue to inspire generations of women joining our ranks. When York began her career, female officers were relegated to desk jobs or working at jails. They were assigned the lowest level detective work and could rise only to the rank of sergeant and could supervise only other women. York was born on August 4, 1941, in Minerva, Ohio, to Ralph and Hazel Mandley. The family moved to the Los Angeles area when she was 13. Her first job with the LAPD was as a civilian radio operator in 1965. She attended the police academy and in 1968 signed on as an officer. Through the years, she advanced from patrol officer to investigator, supervisor, lieutenant, captain and commander before she broke the department's managerial glass ceiling to become its first deputy chief. Upon her appointment by Chief Bernard Parks in 2000, she said, "In talking about the past, I like to also acknowledge the tremendous commitment of women who had no opportunities for advancement." In an oft-told story, York was at the scene of a murder in 1981 when she met the love of her life, Lancito. He recalled that they met at 4 a.m. in Eagle Rock, looking over a dead body. He was an attorney and she was working on her all-woman homicide team. They dated and were married a few months later. Ito rose to national fame when, as a Superior Court judge, he presided over the O.J. Simpson trial in 1995. During the trial, his wife's LAPD history was raised by prosecutors who suggested Ito should recuse himself from the case because he would be biased in ruling on the admissibility of tapes on which former police dead. Mark Fuhrman disparaged York. "I love my wife dearly and I'm wounded by criticism of her as any spouse would be, and I think it is reasonable to assume that could have an impact," Ito said in an emotional response. But he declined to step down and prosecutors withdrew their request, unwilling to risk a mistrial. A jury found Simpson not guilty of killing his ex-wife Nicole Brown Simpson and Ronald Goldman. York retired in 2002 and the following year became chief of the Los Angeles County Office of Public Safety, a specialized police agency responsible for county facilities, parks and hospitals.